Hi, I'm Ray, and this is the Boeville and Newtown Model Railroad. Good afternoon, track gang. It happens to be Saturday the 12th of February 2022. This is going to be vlog number 6 for 2022, and slightly different look. Haven't seen what I'm about to show you in a while. I ran into something the other night that concerned me, and I realized what happened. If you all remember, I went ahead and I built a set of shelves, or a set of drawers, for underneath the 2 hidden yards for storage. Well, I noticed the other night that they were sagging badly, to the point that the bottom one was actually starting to bend the brackets that it slides on. So, I came up with a plan. I've got it over on a piece of graph paper. And I'm going to take apart the shelving, or the drawers that I had. And if you want to, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of pan down here a minute. That looks like it might be actually halfway decent. Okay, so anyway, this here was the upper drawer. And this is the lower drawer. And like I said, it's coming off the tracks. So, like I said, I just went to Home Depot and I got myself some wood, and I've got the plan. So I'm going to take what's left of this out of here, de-rig it completely, and I'm going to build a new set of sliding drawers for the railroad. So that's the project for this vlog, is to see how far I actually get with rebuilding these stinking drawers. So, wish me luck. This is going to be fascinating. Okay, so I got the drawers out. I got most of it de-rigged, and I realized that there was going to be a minor little problem. Nothing that can't be overcome. The original uprights that I had holding these drawers in are going to have to stay. Not a big deal, because of the fact that the way that I am going to reuse the 2x4s. It just makes sense. They're there, might as well use them. So I'm going to go ahead and actually make the front boards, they're 1x1s. I'm going to make them, or 2x2s, not 1x1s, 2x2s. I'm actually going to make them 52 inches. The drawers, the base of the drawers themselves is going to be 48 inches, but the drawers are going to probably be somewhere around 22.5 to 23 inches wide and about 24 inches deep. I've got the wood to do that. Had to go to 1x3s, which isn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to stay kind of cheap. Those were like $4 a board. The 1x1s were cheap. They were $2 a board, or the 2x2s. I keep wanting to say 1x1s. They're not 1x1s. They're 2x2s. The other thing I noticed the other day was that I had bought 22-inch rollers for the drawers. And then I went back and bought another set because I knew I was going to have to split them up at some point, and the new ones that I bought were 24. So I had to buy another set of 24s so that everything matches. So I'm actually going to go up to the garage. I'm not going to show you me cutting wood because everybody's seen people cut wood, so it's not that big of a deal. So I've got my I've got my plans, and of course this is probably not going to show up real well, but I've got my plans on paper, and I've already made the correction that I needed to make for the front. So I got to cut 4 of the 2x2s. I got it right that time. I got to cut 4 of the 2x2s to 52 inches so that they'll actually attach to the 2x4s that are hanging from the layout. And then the rest of it will just be framed. And then once I get the framing all together, then I can figure out how I'm going to actually mount up, or where the drawers are actually going to sit. Like I said, I've got the wood to do that. I just have to figure out exactly how it is that they're going to line up, because one of the other things that I want to do is I want to kind of brace the center. Now, theoretically, what really should be done here is, you should be putting wood around the corner, around the edges, putting the board that's in the bottom in, and then also running a board back. I'm not going to go quite that far yet, operative word. Because I've got another idea as to how I'm going to brace the center up of these drawers. So we'll get to that when I actually get to building the drawers. So like I said, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to go up on my table saw, and I'm going to go ahead and rip the boards that I bought down to the sizes that I need, and I'm actually going to bring them down here and work on them, because it'll be easier than building the stuff upstairs and then dragging it all the way back down here. So we'll be back when I'm actually building something. All right, Track Gang. Here we go. So I've got most of the wood cut. I say most because what I did not cut are the front and backs to the actual drawers. Why? Because I don't know exactly what that dimension is going to be yet. And that sounds a little odd, but it's the truth. Because of the fact that with the way that this is going to go together, and you're going to kind of see what I'm talking about here in a minute. Let's see. Half of 52. Did not bother to bring the pencil over. I did not bring a pencil over. It figures. Oof. Don't get old. Anyway, with the way I'm going to build this thing, with the side braces and all, I'm going to lose a little bit of a dimension. And I tried to kind of figure it out, but I was afraid that if I didn't do it right, I was going to end up wasting lumber. So I just decided, you know what, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the frame together, and then we're going to come back and we'll figure out exactly what it is that we're going to do about the actual front and back of the drawers themselves. So that's 26 inches, which is half of 52. Now I just want to make a kind of a half mark. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to go there. Countersink that. Sometimes this quick change bit drives me up a wall. And let me guess, that's not going to be anywhere near long enough. Probably not. Well, maybe it will be. Especially if I drive it in too far. Alright, now I've got a half mark that. I believe that was probably the cut in. Yeah, it was. Alright. Let's see what we get here. Yeah. Every once in a while a blind squirrel finds a nut. Unfortunately, most of you found me. Alright, so that is the front. Or at least part of the front. Because the 2x4s are the other part of the front. And I tell you what, if this daggone phone doesn't stop ringing. Okay, after a slight interruption. It rains it pours. So what I did is I just went ahead and made, these are the side pieces. And wouldn't you know it? This one's correct, this one is not. Oh, for Pete's sake. I gotta take that one back apart. Here it is. I thought I was being smart when I put it together, and I put it together upside down. That's okay. So what else is new? So what's gonna happen here is, and I doubt that I'm even on screen. Let me go ahead and bring this up just a little bit. Alright. So this will actually go on the inside. Actually, that's not right either. Yeah, these should have been, daggone it. Alright. Well, only thing I gotta do is line these up and just reverse the boards, because they literally need to be on the opposite side of what they are. So let me go ahead and fix this real quick and we'll be back. That's what happens when you get interrupted. Okay, so here we are. This here is the top, obviously, and then the two sets of drawers, or actually it'll be 4 drawers, 2 for the south, or 2 from the southbound, 2 for the northbound. Obviously I don't have the drawers in there yet. I ran into a couple of little idiosyncrasies putting this thing together, but I can tell you one thing, this is going to be a heck of a lot more stout than what I had in here before. No doubt. Now, you're probably wondering where the braces are for the front on either side. Those are still up underneath the layout. I was going to take them out, and then I decided I wasn't going to, because I was like, well, I can just work around it. In reality, I probably should have taken them out, brought them out here, and screwed them in, but that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. I think I can work with it. So that's going to be the next thing. I'm actually going to take this thing back, put it underneath the layout, finish bracing it up, making sure that I've got all my measurements right, so that way I can actually, because I've actually got the side pieces for the drawers built. So these will be on sliders and they'll actually slide in here. In fact, just so you know what I'm talking about, then we figure I would grab the left and the right, and then the left, or not the left and the left. Not quite sure how I managed that, but okay. Actually, I did have it. Yeah. Okay. So this is what we're going to use. This is the left side. This here will go up against the bracing that's inside, and then this here will actually be underneath the drawer. And I was talking about one other thing that I was going to do, and that is with let's make all sorts of noise. Oh! and that is with one of these. This is going to be the middle brace, and I haven't, actually, before I get this thing back here, I've actually got to put 2 more of these 2x2s on the back side, and I've actually got to put 2 more on the front. But I think the ones on the front, I'm going to wait until I actually get it back here, because it might make things a little bit easier. I mean, I've got them sitting over here. These are 52-inch 2x2s. So I've got 3 left. The 52s go on the front, and then the 48s go on the rear. So I got 2 more 48s. But this here will attach to those and be up underneath. But these will attach to those and help to hold the center of the drawer, because obviously a normal drawer is not 24 inches wide or somewhere along that way. I think I'm sitting at about 20 and a half, somewhere in that range right now. 20 and a quarter is where we're sitting. So I'm going to go ahead and put the other 2 back braces on, because I'm not going to be able to get to them once I get this thing in place. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll do that, and then I'll swing this thing back, put it up underneath, and then go and cut my side-to-side boards. Because what I'm thinking here is you've got the 24-inch sides, which are a definite. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'll put these together like this. Hopefully it'll work. We'll see. You know, it is what it is. If it doesn't work, then I've got some other things I can do. I've actually even thought about taking, and I've got some scrap pieces of these 2x2s. And I could actually, if things got too squirrely, I could put these on, I could cut these down, put these on the inside of the drawer in the corners. The only problem with that is you lose a little bit of storage space. But for the short term, it might be the way to do it if the drawers don't seem to be holding together. But that's enough babbling for the moment. We'll be back once I've got this thing moved. Alright, after a bit of fussing around with it, it's in. I had to take the near 2x4 down to be able to get it in there, but it's in. I've got to put the 2x4 back up. I've actually got to move one of my keepers out of the way. The far 2x4 is too far north. So I had to take down one of my card holders. I've got to move it, and then I got to go ahead and put my card holders back up. Not a big deal. Something else to just, you know, it's always something. But you know, it's getting there. So I'm going to stop here for a minute. We're going to go ahead and get a couple things accomplished, and then we'll be back. Okay, folks. So after last night and after sleeping on this thing a little bit, I decided to make a change. Couple reasons. First thing was, when I actually had the thing sitting back there, it didn't seem like it was, and I don't even have the light on, that was good. The issue was it didn't seem like it was square, and when I brought it out here this morning to look at it, it wasn't. So I went ahead and got it squared up. The other issue that I had was with the 2x4s that were going to be up on the front, that were supposed to hold the front. Once they were bolted in, that was great. If I would have left it together, I couldn't have gotten it back out from under the layout. So I decided to go a slightly different route. As you can see here, I'm hoping it's showing up on camera. I decided to take the 2x4s and turn them flat and put the boards against them. In fact, this side's done. That side's done. I've got this side started. I just have to put it on the rear upright and it'll be good to go. That's completely level, and the back is completely straight. I've got the center section out at the moment because I wasn't happy with where it was sitting. It wasn't even. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to do this, and I'll show you what the final product looks like once I'm done. So at least the other problem was the sliders themselves. If I would have left this thing up underneath, I would have had to go ahead and put these dudes in while it was underneath, and that was not going to be easy to do. So bringing it out here, taking it back apart, making sure it was square, making sure everything was level was the best way to go. So we'll be back in a minute. Okay, I will say one thing right off the bat, and that is the fact that this thing is a heck of a lot more stout than what I had before. The next thing is to actually build the drawers. I went ahead last night and I actually cut the parts for the front and rear. I'm hoping, since I've re-engineered this thing a little bit today, that the measurements are still good. I would imagine they are. And as you can also tell, the middle brace, the middle upright, is now a 2x4 as well. There was a reason for that, and that was the fact that the 33-inch board that I had in there before was sitting back, and it wasn't right up against the edge. So I figured this way, it's right up against. Now I've got 3 uprights in the front that are right up against the edge, so I've actually got an extra 33-inch 2x2. Which is not a big deal. I'm sure I can find use for. I've got 2 more 2x2s up in the garage that I didn't even cut yet, and I may end up using those for some cross bracing, because the bracing that I put on right now is holding it, but I'm probably going to need something that's a little bit more sturdy. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I'll get the drawers built, and we'll be back. Alright, now I understand why cabinet making is such a friggin' fine art. Holy guacamole, folks. Well, outside of putting some bottoms in the drawer, there's the upper one for Harrisburg, there's the lower one for Harrisburg, and then you got the lower one for Richmond, and then you got the upper one for Richmond. What can I say? This has been a project. Jeez a whiz. This has been a project and a half. Oh man. My next thing is to take the drawers out, square them up, or make sure that they're good and square, and then put bottoms in them. And then I can start putting the rolling stock back, or put this thing back here, and then start putting the rolling stock back in, because right now the rolling stock is on the table over here. I don't know if I can even show. Yeah, there. That's where all the rolling stock that was in the 2 yards is right now. So let me go ahead and finish this up, and we'll be back. All right. Well, 2 days worth of work, but. We've got, and I know, that one there is actually upside down, but that's okay. The inside of it is upside down, but we've got Richmond yard, Harrisburg yard. So the next thing is I do have to put a couple extra screws in the drawer fronts, but there it is. It's done. Yay-ha! All right. All right, this project turned out to be a lot more than I thought it was going to be, but you saw some of the things that were going on, but I now have 4 very nice working car drawers back here now. The only thing of it is there was a little bit of a white elephant in the room, and that was whether I was going to actually have enough room for everything. To be honest, I don't. And I may end up having to add one more set of drawers. This is the northbound or the Harrisburg side. I really haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet. The other thing that I'm noticing too is the fact that the second set of drawers is a lot lower than what they used to be. And I may end up having to raise them up. Again, not a huge deal, not a huge problem. Just one of those little idiosyncrasies that I didn't think about when I put this together. But this is going to be so much nicer. You don't have to worry about being, you know, the northbound or the Harrisburg yard guy and having the drawer open and having the Richmond guy go, hey, I need to get into the lower one. Now they're completely independent of each other, which is awesome. It's kind of funny because I was texting with Sparky earlier, and he was asking me what I was into, and I said, well, I'm probably doing something that would probably make Jerry Satarelli cringe. But to be perfectly honest, like I said, when I first built these, it was a test. It didn't work. Now I know how to do it, and it fits. It works really well back here. Like I said, if I have to now move it to be able to put another set of drawers in here, it'll be fairly simple. I can actually leave the rolling stock in the drawer and just move the drawers out and put them on the table, and then, you know, bring this whole mechanism back out into the middle of the room, do what I got to do to it, bring it back here, bolt it back in, and it's ready to go. You know, put the drawers back in place, we're ready to rock and roll. So we're going to give this thing a shot. I've got a bunch of stuff I've got to clean up, but I'm going to start running some op sessions again, and I'm going to see how these drawers work out. Now granted, I'm down here by myself, but still, I can kind of give myself an idea as to how things are going to work. The other thing is it'll be the first time that the railroad will be run on its, well, the first time it'll be switched using the walk-around throttles. So that's going to be kind of neat. So those will be coming up. I've got a couple other things going on here. I'm not done with this video just yet, so we'll be back in a while. Oh, come on. All right, folks. So I'm going to call this video done for right now. I just want to give you a really quick update that upon further review, I guess is the best way to put it, I'm going to go ahead and add a third set of drawers to each side and use that for the 2 unit trains, the coal train and the tank train. That'll give me a little bit more room in the upper 2 drawers on both sides, so I can spread things out a little bit, because things are a little tight in those in that set of drawers right now. That's a couple of the things. The other thing I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to raise the shelving. The second set of drawers is going to come up a little bit because they're down too far. They've definitely got to come up a little bit. And of course, I'm sitting right underneath one of the pot lights, and well, every time I move my hand, I can see it changing. And anyway, it's part of being an Italian, I guess. Amongst other things. Anyway, so I've got everything I need to put in that third set of drawers. So I'm going to be doing that. I may or may not show that. It depends. I've also got, I want to go ahead and put I figured out how I can put another 2x4 back there to hold it and hold that mechanism, or hold that whole system in place so it's not sliding back and forth. I just have to re-drill the holes because they don't line up where they used to. Beyond that, a couple of quick notes. Don't forget that this Sunday, which is, I think, the 20th. Yeah, the 20th is going to be Rick Bailey for Sidetrack Sunday. He's filling in for Jason. So that's just a little bit of a heads up there. And not to mention that next Sunday, the 27th, is the big reveal show, which will be on my channel. So the 20th will be on Rick's. The 27th is on mine. So you all know the deal. Wait for the highball. Green tracks ahead. We'll catch you all next time. Be safe. God bless. We'll see you.